That gets you in the mood, doesn't it? Welcome to Fridays Live, my energetic beings and magical souls. Inshallah as well. And how'd you like only attracting? Have you ever thought about what you're attracting and maybe what frequency you're at in your attraction? What we put out kind of reflects back what's going on inside of us. Everything we experience, right, is a reflection of our inner world. So if we want to initiate or we have a desire for something different to come for us or come towards us, we first have to kind of change our inner story, which brings me to this Mercury Cazimi. When Mercury and the sun do the cosmic dance in the celestial sky, it's all about the conversation, communication, all things Gemini, obviously, because it's happening in the season of Gemini, so it's a little more potent. But also using our imagination. I like to imaginate and envision. That's kind of what I do. Just feeling into the reality of what my heart desires, as if it's already arrived, like it's already there in dream state, which happens to me a lot. Visions, waking visions, dream state visions. And also the feeling. I always see feelings as like adjectives to a sensation or a vision. The feeling I get or the one that I'm receiving, whether it's in the gut or, a subtle message kind of tapping along the body, if you will. But also being persistent in whatever it is I'm heartfelt desiring, and just assuming that it's already there, like where we're seeing it, and we're living in it, literally tasting it with all of that. And just having faith, and faith is a feeling. And then we kind of get to witness it as if it's already happening for us, like through inner vision is kind of how I see that. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at today with this sensation of the Mercury Cazimi for the weekend. So with that, welcome to a fantastic Friday. Just checking out the fairy deck here. And remember, if you want a mini divination, go ahead and comment in the show notes. And we'll get that happening for us as well. Moving the shelves. I've kind of got a little mess happening here. Along with my phone. I'll get that out of the way. Too many things on my desk. However, yeah, that's where we're at today. So yeah, I want to just be in the state of allowing and opening up to receive the goodness to share with my little audience here. I literally have been whispering to myself, like the whispering winds lately, like whispering different messages, I guess. Oh, and I saw this coolest thing. I think it was on TikTok. Instead of paranoid, to be pronoid. So it's like pro positivity, pro optimistic, pronoid. The guy described it pretty well. I loved that. So instead of being paranoid, being pronoid, and then just like being in the frequency that you want to be in for your desired experience. Remapping out the day, even doing it first thing in the morning or at night before you go to bed, and just envision how your day is going to flow into the future, I guess. Kind of a silent reverie. That's kind of how I see that. Anywho, for those of you that are tuning in, remember, if you would like me to move the shells on your behalf, you have to comment in the show notes there. I do need your birth year, pretty much is all, and then I'll do an affirmation. And as a disclaimer, if there's something that I see, I will not say that because we don't need to go. Yeah, I don't like to do that live for people. I'll just recommend a private session as I get the topsy-turvettes. Things are sideways. However, let's change this up a little. Let's go. There I am. Oh my goodness. I think I gotta, move the shells. There we go. On a fantastic Friday. And then I'll move myself. Here I be. Okay, I can see there's a few of you there. Just remember, you got to comment in order for me to move the shells on your behalf. Sometimes I just move them for the weekend scroll to see how our weekend's going to be. I am going to go up the mountains later today and do a little hike and do a little offering to the Fae, the beings of the fairyland on top of the mountain. So yeah, I got a wand happening and all the things. So yeah, there we are. There we are. So nobody wants to comment. You guys always get so nervous. Uh, don't be nervous. Don't be shy. I'm sure if somebody else has something on the tip of their tongue, uh, it's probably in alignment with what's on yours. I find that happens a lot when I do divinations at the Crone's Hollow. Usually everybody kind of is coming in. They either have the same birthday, the same year. There's just, it's phenomenal. So yeah, we're never alone on that, by the way. So yeah, I think we're going to have a great day because I keep getting the singers of the realm. Yeah, and like the energies. And I had this great epiphany. We just entered period 9 in the Chinese astrology. And period 9 is fire. And fire is like, it either accentuates everything it touches or it rages out of control. So fire energy is quite fascinating, I think. And that's kind of where we're at. It's also could be warring, right? I think of like Mars and Aries and Scorpio, where we cut off what no longer belongs, the boundary, drawing the line. Kind of reminds me of Lancelot and King Arthur. That's kind of where I go when every time I think of that. It's kind of funny. But either way, you have to comment if you want to have a little mini divination. So yeah, that's where we're at. That is where we're at. So yeah. Or if you're shy, just schedule a private session. I do have the link there in the show notes to give you some guidance, some spirit guidance. So yeah, Cowry shell divinations, they're they're potent. I'll say that for sure. Very potent energies. Definitely. Get my little wandy wand out of the way. So yeah, is anybody receiving messages telepathically with Mercury and Gemini touching the sun? Like, I feel like we're having a great day. Or maybe I just put it out there that I'm having a great day. That's that, right? Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to all of you that loved the interview that I shared. That was just, I shared it mostly because it resonated with me about, I think it's Billy Carson. I just liked that whole thing as far as energy and spirit and all the things and elevating our atoms and whatnot. So yeah, I just feel like we're having a shy day. Uh-oh, looks like my stream is fair. That means I don't know what that's happening, but hopefully it's good. Either way. So I'll just move the shells on our behalf as a collective and see what comes in. I'll just open up to receive messages from Spirit. So I'll affirm the Great Spirit, the oneness. I'll affirm all of you watching this later on the replay and those of you that are here live that I can be a conduit and deliver us a message for the weekend and take it from there. So it looks like we're going to have something like a radical wake-up call. I kind of feel like we might have things that appear alien that really aren't happen. Wake us up to something different, something possibly that's seen as a little bit out there is kind of how I see it, like unexpected. Yeah, this tells me we do need to have some more spirit-to-spirit conversation. Our connection to the divine is actually going through change. Ultimately, always be heart-centered, devoted to your spirit-to-spirit collaboration. We all connect to spirit differently, whatever your spiritual practice is. That's kind of what's happening there. This tells me we do need to get into the flow and kind of surrender to what's happening, and how we are identified and how we're seeing in the world is also going through a change. So we can illuminate our star, the star that we all are. I think we're all stars on the spiritual walk of fame. It's also called our God spot, our higher self as well. to help us get into the flow, and things are moving like into a whole new, I'm going to go with like a paradigm, something like that, like a whole different wishing well, a wishing tree to help us getting into the flow. Even how we converse is going through a change. It's activated. Ooh, are people getting married? Somebody's in a relationship. There's something activated there. So that's excited. Oh, maybe somebody gets proposed to. That's kind of what I'm seeing over here because it's in the land of communication and it's activated. That kind of reminds me, somebody, I don't know, somebody's going to get proposed to. Plus, we got Venus and Gemini, so that totally makes sense, right? That looks fantastic. So, yeah, somebody's getting organized around that. But, yeah, I feel like there's going to be some proposals happening this weekend. That's going to be hilarious. If that happens to be you, be sure to comment. That would be great to see that as well. But yeah, I think we're going to possibly, I mean, I'm going to go hiking with my dear friend, and hopefully we see some otherworldly spirits. She's into Sasquatch, Bigfoot. She shows me, we're going to go see what's happening up there about that. So yeah, we've got some wisdom coming through this weekend. We just need to open up our ability to our intuition, actually, and discern who we're talking to, basically, for the weekend. That's kind of what that's telling me. But yeah, being seen differently. Oh, and we're going to go through, things are going to be ending so we can open the door to new beginnings. I think that's I'm telling you, somebody's going to get proposed to. Maybe somebody's going to start dating somebody. I don't know. That's really what that feels like over there. Just saying that out loud. So yeah, it's the summer of love, right? That's what I'm going with. I'll stick it, I'm going to leave it with that. I kind of like that idea. So yeah, bringing it all home and activating that area. So yeah, I'm going to go up to the mountains and feed the water spirits. I hopefully get by a river. Oh yeah, and unity. That is the oneness. That is the oneness field. So maybe we're feeling otherworldly outside of our bodies or something to that degree, something like that. So yeah. So if anybody would like to comment, I'll move the shells on your behalf, or comment that you are going to propose, or if you got proposed to. I think that's I think that's going to happen. Seriously, for somebody, there's something happening there. But just surrender. You've got some inner wisdom coming to us. Getting into the flow, even some healing happening. I always like that when I see healing as well. The magic on the other side of that, right? Oh my goddess, I pulled the dang card again. So yeah, I think we're going to have some unity connection. This would be like us connecting with our higher self, what we look like on the other side, our Sira, like literally spirit embodied. That's really what that feels like, unity and just bubbling streams of love is kind of how I see that. Universal streams and personal streams merging. Healing streams, right? All the streams. I don't know if you can see them all, but that's the second time I pulled that card. So that is like the wishing well. That's the celestial wishing tree right there. We all want to have that, right? Cool. Okay, well, if nobody wants to comment, you're feeling a little shy, no worries. I get it. Sometimes I'm a little shy. Sometimes, right? So there is that. So yeah, the art of cowrie shell divination was brought to the West by Elder Melodoma Somé, an indigenous African spirit man, medicine man, shaman from the Dagara tribe, an elder. He's since transitioned into the other world, into the ancestor realm, so I just channel him differently when I feel like I need some guidance, just like I do my mother. By the way, I drink out of a coffee mug to connect with her. But either way, yeah, so I'm offering Cowry Shell Divinations private sessions. Use the code BELIEVE33 at a savings. I am going to be raising my my rates. So I'm kind of doing this while I remap out some things for myself. So there is that as well. But yeah, if you need a little session, schedule a private one or comment here so I can roll the bones on your behalf and see what comes in. But yeah, I feel like somebody's either going to be getting proposed to this weekend. It's kind of what I'm seeing there. That was kind of funny. I've never seen that before, but that was great. And yeah, this is insane. So the singers, these are the beings that are literally that are a higher octave than archangels. They're beings that are even more elevated, and they come into a frequency that is so high. It's really too much for humans, but I feel like when they do come in, it like shakes out all the debris and like creates our signature note, our seed note. This one's the guardian of at the gate. So this is like believing and seeing. It's a feeling, but we did have love. So yeah, I think this is literally communication, Gemini energy, telepathy, our solar plexus, along with our throat center, connecting there. And we have Pluto, right, in Aquarius. So we've got this energy anyway. So I feel like there's something otherworldly this that's coming. So don't be nervous, basically. I think it's going to be good. So, yeah, since I don't have anybody who wants to participate, go script yourself a story with this Cazimi. Go write yourself a great affirmation and invocation and go invoke. I invoke things. I have an invocation I do every morning. I pretty much invoke it quite loudly in my house, 3 times out loud. And it's starting to manifest because I'm putting the power behind the words to make it. So, anywho, since nobody is interested in a little mini divination, make it fantastic. Enjoy the weekend. It is Father's Day. So yeah, make it amazing. And as always, I'll see you on the other side. Ashe. Thanks for tuning in and sharing your light. I appreciate you. Blessings.